Hello ladies and gentlemen, a Kriegspiel. This one's going to be a fun one. It is the Battle of Warsaw in a fictional War of the Worlds type of battle. It's going to be amazing. I'm the only Martian, and yeah, we've landed in the middle of Warsaw. We've got a nice little map here of Warsaw. We've landed up here. We were given 2 other landing spots, but not enough Martians or not enough players turned up, really. So there's only going to be 1 Martian, whereas there would have been 3 in the original scenario, but looks like it's just me, and I've been told it's going to be a bit of a truncated game. So yeah, we've landed up here in Brony, and immediately I've ordered my guys to go over to this rail bridge and destroy the rail bridge. What we want to do is just cut Warsaw in 2, and maybe there might be a surprise, and we might find buddies in the river. Maybe they might raise up, or we might bump into these people down here if they're still playing. We might need to clarify with the umpires if pods are going to be active in these other red squares. But our main objective is to take this rail bridge out, and then go for this main bridge here, and then maybe there. But we'll probably destroy the administration centres along the way. But we have awoken from our pod, and we are surrounded by a cordon of infantry. I wonder if there's any artillery kind of embedded in all that lot. It doesn't look like there is. It just looks like it's local kind of guard units from the local garrison, probably, that have been sitting there for the last 2 days observing our pod cooling down, and the tinkering that comes from the inside, etc., etc. You know, we've all heard the Horsell Common near Woking intro for a lot of these War of the Worlds stuff, but yeah, it's not Horsell Common this time. It is Brony Common in the middle of Warsaw. But yeah, so that is what we're going to do. There seems to be at the beginning of the game, someone lit away that there might be an armoured train around here somewhere. So I'm hoping just to cut the bridge. I mean, even if it starts on this side, maybe it's sitting in here, maybe, and it will move around. At least we can maybe take it half out of the game, and we can wade across the river, whereas it can't. Now we have 3 units. We've got our main command vehicle, which is this big one here, and a couple of 2 escorts, which I've been told in the briefing the escorts are kind of good at close combat and getting up close and capturing the enemy and slicing and dicing them, whereas this thing is more of a mobile laser platform type of thing. We've all seen them, the classic tripods that there are, and that's what it's capable of. We also have some black smoke which we can deploy in case we get into a bit of a sticky situation. Maybe the enemy might get really close, and yeah, in that case then we'll just deploy black smoke from our little vents. But yeah, what I've ordered, like I said, is for these guys to attack the cordon to allow us to break out. Looks like there's already a player here if he's in the HQ, so we're going to be heading straight for him. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. You know, getting the old Halloween time of year, so we're doing our normal kind of thriller and horror games in the IKS. And I yeah, as soon as I realised this was a War of the Worlds one, I had to be the aliens, because I love the game Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. I played that to death as a kid, and I even played it recently enough as 2 months ago, and I was thinking about doing a playthrough of that, but for some reason how I downloaded it, it doesn't want to save games very well, or at least I save a game and then it doesn't really want to launch again. So that was out the window until I fixed it. But yeah, you know, after a month of not streaming, we're back streaming another Open Saturday. It's going to be really exciting. And we've got our Carlsberg export, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit of waiting around, but until we get the next turn. And I would have started the stream earlier, but no one wants to hear me just sitting around for 45 minutes before the game starts. But yeah, start from the action as we come out of our pods. And we've just got to wait. Just got to wait and see how much carnage we can cause in the city of Warsaw. Maybe we will. I mean, maybe we will lose, but there you go. I'm already saying I'm going to lose, but I'm going to cause as much destruction as I can. Make Warsaw, you know, just my little plaything. Just kick over bridges, kick over administration centres, kill a lot of humans that have the audacity to think that they can stand up to the Martian menace, and we'll take it from there. I might even go into talking about my original plan, what I chatted to with the guys. I'm still sticking to the main plan of attacking this rail bridge, but if I was starting here, I would want to take out this bridge, cross the river, and then come up and take that bridge out, do the administration things, pretty much the same thing from just the other side, and then meet in the middle if there was another player here, and we'd just like I said, take out the bridges. If I had started here, I think I probably would have swung out to the west and cut this rail line here, and then maybe circled round to the north and then go for either the rail bridge here or straight into town, maybe kind of circumferencing the whole kind of thing, and then coming at it from the north, blasting my way through, and then taking out the centre here. Would have been a long way around to do it, but maximum destruction, shock and awe is the name of the game. We don't want to stay in one place too long because it's 1913. They don't have mobile artillery as such, so they'll have to spend a turn setting up, one would expect. So yeah, I think it's going to be good to maybe keep mobile. Yeah, if we get surrounded, that's when we'll be in trouble, and that's when they can mass their fire. If we keep moving and we keep destroying stuff along the way, it'll be for the best. Or at least that's my tactical thinking. We'll see how it works, and we'll see how the scenario works out with one player. I might even after the game just ping Ranger a message and say, look, this would be perfect also for us, for a third kind of third party, if you like, being the journalist Ogilvy, I think his name is in the books and the games and whatever, and then he just has to get close to the action and then still survive and get out of there, and maybe even talk to a few generals along the way to write his journalistic report back to the War Department. But no, I think that would be nice to kind of have like someone be an RPG kind of journalist and seeing if he can get out alive. I think that was his name. What's the name of the journalist in what is it? I think it was Ogilvy, or was that the astronomer? I think I'm just talking bullshit now. I'm looking it up. Henderson. Yes, it's Henderson. It's not Ogilvy. Ogilvy is the astronomer, Henderson is the journalist. So yeah, someone could be Henderson and trying to get as much information to take back to the War Department. I think that would be a really cool twist on a game. Just get as much snaps as you can of the enemy and get out alive, as well as talk to some local commanders for like bonus points or something like that. Oh. But we await turn 2. Yeah, it's only been 10-15 minutes, so plenty of time. But yeah, this is the game. I've been excited for this one for days. But yeah, keep mobile, keep being destructive, don't get surrounded, and don't let them mass fire on us. Just keep moving, because if we keep moving then they have to predict our movements, and some of them will get it a little bit wrong. Yeah, and try and force them to react to us rather than the other way around. But oh no, I need that. But the trick is, there is also a guy who was supposed to be a Martian and knows my plan. Now, he did say he'll try not to metagame it, but hey, the main objective for the humans would be to defend the bridges, because as soon as the bridges have gone, the town is, well, the city's cut in two, and, well, you know, if they have any forces up here, they'll be pretty much useless. We did also joke that there might be even a gunboat coming down, a little Thunder Child on the river here, on the Vistula. I kind of hope so. I hope there is a Thunder Child, because I'm going to go straight for it and then see if it wants to ram me, just like the books. Oh. Yeah, that's my waffling done. Now I just get to sit and wait. You never know, this might be a double bill Saturday if this game is over quickly. I might even be able to squeeze in a episode of Rule the Waves 3. I mean, we haven't even done an episode for that for nearly a month. Insane. Oh. Might even turn the light on here. There you go. Oh. Ah, well, you never know, Warlord. If you join, I mean, it's only turn 1. You might get a look in. You know, if you beg Ranger really nicely, he might let you in, mate. Because yeah, we haven't done so much yet, so who knows? It's worth a try. Either you might be able to beg him to say, "Hey, can I become a Martian?" Or maybe even an umpire. You know, the world needs more umpires. because the more umpires there are, the quicker the game will be. Yeah, because I think there's only 2 at the moment, and I think there's probably about 8 of us playing. So, you know, even though my orders are going to be pretty concise, I would think. No, Warlord, you couldn't be more wrong. You know, the best time to learn is you know, being an umpire on your first game, because then you get the best of both worlds, you see. Because if you're an umpire, you get to learn how people give their orders and the different styles that you might come across depending on the different types of people that you're dealing with. And also it kind of helps you differentiate your reports and kind of cater to the type of you know, different people that there is. So yeah, I mean, there'll be a lot to learn. So yeah, I would encourage you to become an umpire even if it is your first game. Otherwise, you're more than welcome just to sit here in the chat and who knows, maybe even advise on what you would do. But yeah, more than welcome to come here and watch the stream regardless. Oh. Yeah, the first turn is always the trickiest until you find your you know, until you find your groove. You know, it can be quite the gear turn trying to get a first turn going, and even maybe a second turn. But as soon as people find their rhythm, as soon as people, you know, get into, like I said, the groove of giving commands, and the umpires get the clock moving, that's when the game will come into its own. It's always a slow start at Kriegspiel just for first turns, because there's always something that needs to be given attention to. I'm not describing it very well, am I? Hey Danuke, how's things, man? Yeah, we were hoping for a module for this one, but we're just going to have to deal with a nice little map, because only the umpires get the module, which, you know, it's fair enough. You know, we don't necessarily need a module. We'll just explain what we're doing on here. Who knows? Maybe even like copy and paste an image of our plan going forward. Doing your homework. Oh, on a Saturday. Surely you should have done it during the week, like a good student. Anything come in yet? Not yet. But no, I was just saying to Nuke, you know, if this one is over quick enough, I might even be able to squeeze in a second stream and actually get back to playing Rule of Waves 3. Come on. Roll on turn 2. Let's go. Ah, how nice of your teacher to, you know, cheat proactively and give you all the questions for the exam. Or at least that's how they get you. You know, they say it's going to be in the exam, and then they go, oh no, you know, the exam board changed the exam last minute, and they're chucking in new questions. Oh, silly me. And then you get stuck. And you get stuck revising for one particular book or subject or whatever, and then they throw in a curveball for something completely different. And then you sit there during the test and you're like, damn. Always happens. Come on. Roll on turn 2. Come on. Won't be long now. Yeah, so I'm the only red player. Yeah. So we were going to have 3 Martian players, but we didn't have enough guys. So one of my Martian players actually went over to the human side to fill out their ranks. And yeah. So it's just me. It's just me, and we'll see how far my little trio of tripods can, how much damage they can do to one little city. And who knows, maybe we will come across that armoured train, and we'll give it a dose of the heat laser and just blow it up, and then we'll play some Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, Forever Autumn. Oh, here we go. There we go. We broke out of the cordon, kind of, or at least forced to retreat. Oh, and we've been... What? 10 minutes? Oh, these things don't move very fast, do they? We think a bunch of guys with a bunch of Mauser rifles or whatever they've got. Oh, look, someone rolled double ones. Oh dear, snake eyes. That's probably why we didn't break out. We'll have to ask Ranger when he comes in, who the fuck rolled the snake eyes? It's probably me. Probably me. Just my luck. Am I going to make the sound effects for the tripods? I guess. Yeah, just zzz. And I should have really set up like a little soundboard with all the Jeff Wayne's, you know, message understood type of thing, and you know, moving to engage. I love that fucking game. Like I said, I played it to death as a kid. Strangely enough, I always wanted to be the humans rather than the Martians, though. I think Once you get flying tech as the Martians, you've won. You've won the game. I would play some music, but I think I'd probably get a copyright strike if I started playing like Thunder Child or Forever Autumn or what have you. Yes, a soundboard would have been awesome. If I had the technical knowledge to do it, I would totally set up a soundboard. I mean, otherwise we'll just, have to, maybe there might be a soundboard. So Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Maybe if we do a Google search. Soundboard. Sound effects. Here we go. Cylinder launch. No, I don't know if that. Sound effect collection. Let's have a look. Oh, this could be it. What's that? Might not be able to hear it. Ugh, that was it. What about... what's that? Yes. If you're hearing it, I don't know. Yeah. What's that one? It's just the music's not necessarily message understood and stuff like that, but you get the idea. I mean, but yeah, back to the game though. We don't necessarily need to change our orders. I mean,
okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
So, what has happened so far? One of your Stitra classes managed to run down a human regiment, carving them to ribbons with its weapon arms and light heat pulse gun. The other one has managed to savage the regiment it's in contact with, though there's a few survivors still fighting. And there's been some light. You could see the Sturtra's shield flickering a little bit from the weight of fire coming down on it, but the shield is still holding, though it's weakened a little bit. You can see the train bridge out in front of you. It is unfortunately stone, which means that it may be somewhat more resilient to your heat rays, but you may it's not something that you can It's not something that you couldn't possibly knock out.
Sweet. Well, no change of orders. We'll just continue with what we're doing and try and break out of this cordon as best as we can and head to the rail bridge.
Okay. Yeah, your actual Minorn class is literally just waltzing through infantry fire. They can't really do anything to you.
Perfect.
You do see, yeah, that's about it, really. Yeah, you're just waltzing through the infantry fire for now. Okay, and these are gonna charge the next ones. Okay, and I'll be back. And are you firing on the on the rail bridge, or are you just approaching the rail bridge?
Are we in range of the rail bridge by now, or not?
Your heat rays more or less can hit at anything you can see.
Okay then, yeah, we'll fire upon the rail bridge right now with our Memoran class. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. I will be back.
Cool. Perfect. Okay, we're rolling, guys. So we definitely slaughtered some troops, but yeah, someone unfortunately rolled some double ones. Now they are obviously taking hits. They've obviously got a smaller shield generator than we have. But yeah, if we just keep firing on this bridge and take it out as quickly as we can, and then we can just wreak havoc through this administration centre and then go for the middle bridge here. That's what we want to do. Ooh, exciting times. I'm surprised though that the turn is 10 minutes. You'd think amazing technological alien things could just take out this brigade in no time at all with its, but I don't know. Maybe my orders were too literal and we didn't use the heat ray and we just started walking and what have you. But yeah, if we just concentrate on the bridge, that's the main thing. Is the bridge the objective? No, I mean the actual objective is to control the city and to destroy all humans that we come across. But the thing is, I am of the mind to wreak as much havoc as we can to the city in order to control it. So, I mean, like I said before, I wanted us to just cut the city in two and then just destroy the administrative centre and this rail line here. And then the bulk of the city is effectively in our control. But as I am only commanding this little section here, I still want to destroy the rail bridge because I don't know where this supposed armoured train is coming from that someone let slip. You know, we are metagaming a little bit, but the thing is, I was always going to take out the bridges because, you know, who wouldn't want to cause that scene with the tripods, you know, wading down the Vistula, cutting these things like paper. And who knows, maybe if we do stick to this riverbank, we will run into a Thunderchild situation. And then, you know, we can have our big standoff with a Thunderchild. I think that's what I'm going for. But yeah, I mean, the objective is just to destroy all humans and take control of the city. But yeah, rail bridge first. Past the bank here. See if, I don't know, we can. Yeah, we were told that another pod had landed in the river. So even though I think that is kind of a bit of a distraction to kind of, you know, wake them up or see if they're dead or alive or whatever. I mean, with the Vanguard, we're here to destroy, and we're here to kick over these puny human buildings and cause as much havoc and what have you. And that's just what I'm doing. Whether we win or lose, I just want to destroy as much stuff as possible. Because we all know that bacteria is the bigger killer in the end, and you know, that's if we're sticking with the narrative of what happens in more of the worlds, it doesn't necessarily matter. we're gonna die in a few days anyway, but let's just cause havoc while we're down here. Yeah, it is a simple and fun objective. There's no need to make it overcomplicated. And like I said, you know, the humans will know what I'm already up to anyway, just by reason of one guy being on their team who was supposed to be on my team. And, you know, they let slip the armoured train, so they know I'm going to try and make it as useless as possible. Hell, I mean, if I was really feeling dumb, or even bold and dumb. He said it was stone. Well, my legs are some kind of weird titanium alloy, built and perfected over millennia of alien technology. Maybe I could just walk through it. Maybe the heat ray won't do what I think it will do, but maybe my legs will just wade through it and just cut through the brick. You know, we don't necessarily have to destroy the bridge, we just have to destroy the rails. Or damage the rails enough to make the train not come over this side of the, you know, the river if it's over here. But I have a funny feeling it's probably going to come in through this way. I mean, if it's coming from up here or whatever, you know, we can maybe get there. I mean, but I have a funny feeling it's going to come from this way. But I have to see. Oh, I've been drinking too much this morning. I need to go for a wee again. Oh, jeez. Maybe it's all the excitement of this open Saturday. But I'll be right back. And we're back. That was easy enough. Right. Whew. This poor guy. Maybe these two will knock out those 2 blocks, and then we'll say, well, you know, we don't need to kick this guy around anymore. You know, we've already destroyed one of his blocks already, and these are going to be caught in the open probably, so they're probably going to die. They're going to die too. So yeah, we'll just leave him with 3 or 4 blocks to chase us, I suppose. Weirdly enough, though, there's a fort here, so I'm wondering if there's going to be cannons on the other side shooting at our main little tripod. That could happen. I mean, what is this? Alex Nusk. Maybe some kind of old estate or castle or something like that. I mean, it looks like it's got walls, but yeah, I mean, this being a fort. Although there's no walls here, but fair enough. Let's see where the town hall is. I'm gonna have to look up like Polish for town hall, because maybe if we just destroy the town hall, that might be quite fun as well. Polish for town hall. Ratuz. Let's have a look. That's a palace. University. Ah, Ratuza. There it is. Right. Okay. That's our next. Right. Okay. So we're gonna go after the bridge. We're gonna go for the town hall, and then we're gonna go for this other bridge. Yeah. Destroy Warsaw town hall. Fuck it. You know. There we go. Would it help you at all if you found an armory and destroyed it? Probably. Without a doubt. But I'm here for superficial damage. I want to inflict bigger fear on the populace and everything, rather than proper military objectives. I just want bridges and town halls and universities to burn. And also probably because I don't know, if there's any players over this side of the river, I don't want it to become completely boring, because if we knock out the bridges too quickly, then they won't get to fight, and it'll become a marching simulator for them. So maybe I am playing a bit of a meta game, but I just want everyone to have a bit of fun. And if they beat me, they beat me. It doesn't matter. I've wandered through downtown Warsaw, and I've destroyed it. And that's my game, I guess. No, but we still do want to take out the bridges, but maybe a bit slower than we originally planned, because there's only one of us. No new report yet, though. No new report. Although, oh man, it's been 20 minutes again already. Oh dear. It will come soon, no doubt. Within like the next minute. All is quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, you're right. I need to find some way of filling in these dead air gaps. But that's why we keep the chat open, and that's why we kind of, you know. Hell, man, you're more than welcome to just come into Red 1 yourself and just have a chat with me. I invite you to join. It's always nice to have a bit of company in this game. And then, yeah, it certainly stops dead air. See, let's have a look at the general chat. There was people, yeah, because I taunted this guy because he said he was going to shoot me. I said, yeah, you forgot your bayonet. Just a mild.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey. How you doing?
Not too shabby.
Good,
I'm
good.
currently just painting some minis.
Oh, right, what minis?
Well, I have some BattleTech.
Oh, yeah.
I got a whole bunch of Napoleonic ships that I got done a while ago.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm going with the like Kriegspiel style for like blocks and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those are really easy. You just
Yeah. Are you painting like your own blocks or?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're really easy. I don't know exactly how you would be able to find them online or anything.
Well, that's a good question you ask, because there is actually a shop on the website on kriegspiel.org that actually does sell some blocks. I mean, I'm not going to lie, they are a little bit pricey, but I mean, I admire anyone who, you know, wants to get some wood or whatever, and or even like a plastic kind of printer and 3D printer and make their own. But I mean, there is a chance, if to buy them online from the Kriegspiel shop.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see that. Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. That's my bit of advertising for Krieg. And hell, why not even pick up a mug? Why not even pick up a mug?
A mug?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't
shop.
like Photon Cutter Studios.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Howie, I mean, you can make your own. I mean, I think it's probably an even better experience from like especially if you're a painter and you like doing that, and that's your jam. Like, all credit to someone who wants to sand down their own blocks and paint them how they want and call them what they want and stuff like that. That's amazing. I mean, I have the want to do it. I just don't have the time these days.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what scale is your minis at?
Asking about the Kriegspiel
the Napoleonics.
Oh,
like
ships?
Yeah.
Oh, they are I'm pretty sure 1 to 2400, so
Okay.
pretty tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm sort of just getting into historical wargaming because I have played the hell out of BattleTech, but
Yeah. Well.
But I just got like these Risk figures, like Napoleonic ship Risk figures, and I just base coated them brown and then white for the sails. Really simple paint job, but
Sometimes
don't
that's
look
all
horrible.
you need. Yeah, sometimes that's all you need. There's no need to go overboard with it, but you know, many people like to put a lot more detail into it and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah. I mean, risk figures, you know, do certainly do the job.
I mean, yeah, I can use my measuring tape and
Mm.
move them across the table and play army men.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
I think there is a video actually that someone, it was either LTD or James, and if it wasn't one of them two, then I forget who it might have been, but they did like a BattleTech Kriegspiel. It's on one of the IKS videos there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they did it like maybe 6 weeks ago tops. So yeah, it's going to be one of the. Yeah, you won't have trouble finding it if you go to the IKS YouTube page. It'll be there. At least I hope it will be. Let me have a look. But yeah, someone did a BattleTech game, which I understood was pretty fun. But you haven't played a game yet. When did you join the IKS?
Just actually, well, I joined the Discord just yesterday.
All right.
Oh,
Well, welcome.
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was like a while ago. This was probably a few months ago. I watched an official IKS live stream.
Right.
Or not a couple months ago. It wasn't. I didn't watch. I wasn't there for the live stream, but I watched the replay.
Sure.
And I was like this is really cool. I mean, you don't really have to do a lot. You literally just give the orders, and like then the umpires
They do all the hard
roll
work.
the dice, and
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I thought that was really cool. I mean, call me lazy or something. But sometimes the fact of having to learn new rules for a war game is just a little bit off-putting. But
yeah, it can be. I mean, yeah, like yeah, as you say, you know, learning new rules can be quite tedious, and it slows things down. But yeah, I mean, if you just give orders and just hope that the umpires do their best with interpreting whatever rules that they've got going on, and so long as it's all fair, and what have you, then yeah, Kriegspiel is good for that.
yeah, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much that. And it seems like you get a real feel of how command and control is.
Okay, start down this way this time. You attempt to destroy the rail bridge, and you do manage to damage it, but not sufficiently enough to stop this human armored train that's effectively running at you full pelt, firing everything it can. Your shields hold up under the fire coming from that and the two human artillery batteries to your left. Though they are slightly depleted in the process.
Okay.
They still have quite a lot of holding within. Like they're only barely depleted, but they did manage to take some. There was enough accurate hits to deplete them slightly. Beyond that, your walkers tear up another 3 regiments of human forces, the smaller ones, and one of them, the one that's closer to you's shield flickers lightly. The one that's further away from you's shield's down, but these smaller ones have enough armor that it's still got quite a lot of fight left in it. You're not worried. It's got more armor than it does shields for
Okay.
the big thing.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, so I want the Stra class tripods to engage the artillery to the north of my tripod, and my tripod, considering the train has now crossed the river, we're just going to focus all our fire on the train.
Okay. Sounds good. And that includes your the far straw. Do you want it to focus on the artillery that you're?
Yeah, yeah. Send them both. Send them both.
Okay, so it's going to turn around and try and go there too. Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. No, I was waiting for some artillery to turn up. But yeah, if we set some cat amongst the pigeons with the artillery, then that will at least give my Walker a bit of a fighting chance against this armoured train. Either that, or yeah, they'll hit a leg and we'll get knocked down, and it will be game over. But yeah, sorry, you were saying.
I was saying. What was I saying?
Oh, you. What were we saying?
I mean, I think I was done.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. I mean, it must not be too important since I don't remember.
What video did you catch? What battle? Was it just like a regular open Saturday battle? Did you catch, or was it?
I think it was an open. Yeah, it was an open Saturday.
Right.
I don't even remember what it was. But yeah, after that, I started watching like What is Kriegspiel, and I started looking into it more and more, and it was actually very intriguing.
Yeah.
And so here I am now, actually joined, and I'm all like, you know what? I would like to do a battle.
You should. I mean, they happen all the time. I mean, if you go up and let's have a look and see what events we've got on. I mean, 20th of October, for me, that starts at 3 in the morning. I'd love to join. I'd love to join the Battle of the Picnic Blanket. And yeah, you got Grand Leipzig, but yeah, that's going to be a big one, and I think that's already got most of the players already set up for that one. Yeah, the IKS Halloween event, that's semi-secret, but I know that one's going to be a good one too. So, yeah.
Yeah, the only problem is with the picnic basket. That's going to be Thursday at 10 p.m. I work nights, so
fair enough.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, that should be fun. I hope that I mean, no doubt it will get recorded. I'm definitely going to tune in to watch that one when it happens. But yeah, I mean, if you've watched a few videos, I mean, I definitely recommend you watch the. Although it's quite funny actually, because the Grand Gettysburg one is pretty cool. Although there was the technical issues, I understand, with the broadcast, so you can only hear actually one commentator on that one. But yeah, Grand Gettysburg was really fun. Shiloh that they did a good couple of years ago was really interesting to watch as well, and of course Austerlitz was a lot of fun as well as Waterloo. Waterloo and Austerlitz were amazing fun. So yeah, you should definitely catch them.
Okay. I'll definitely look at it.
Yeah.
I'll definitely look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I'll probably be painting all day, so I don't have much else to do.
There you have it. That sorts out your Saturday.
Indeed. It sounds like a good Saturday to me.
Yeah. Open Saturdays are always really fun. I mean, I try and join as many as I can, but yeah, like yourself.
So,
yeah.
Are there normally multiple Saturday games?
Sometimes you have others running in the backgrounds and what have you, but the kind of flagship kind of open Saturday games, I try and play and record just for my entertainment and what have you, and also just to you know, sometimes I might even watch them back and say, well, yeah, you made a mistake there, and you know, just personal learning purposes as well. It's always good to kind of, assess how good you are, especially when you come into a bigger game, say, or even like a play by post, and you don't want to be a complete idiot about it. But the thing is, I play for entertainment, and I play just to be that idiot. So it's kind of hard.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. But so how long have you been playing BattleTech? I mean, I'm kind of a bit of a noob at BattleTech. I mean, I've played it once or twice over the years, and I own the PC game and tried to do a playthrough of that. But
PC game's pretty good.
it is. I mean, it was really enjoyable, but I mean, it just got too hard in the end, and I couldn't seem to beat a level because all of the previous choices that I made with, designing my walkers and stuff, I don't think I had I don't think I had the skill or the resources to beat the level. I just came to a dead end, and I just had to stop because there were so many times I tried to beat that level and I just couldn't.
It happened.
Yeah.
BattleTech. I have been. Well, actually, there was a Kickstarter a few years ago for like new models, new range of models and everything. I just got into it then.
Right.
I mean, I love the models. They look so cool. And then, I mean, I really got into it. I bought all the books and stuff. So, put a lot of time, money, and effort into that. But I get a lot of really awesome games with them. So,
yeah,
I can't complain.
Yeah.
And then I did buy some of the older models of them. None of the metal stuff, but a bunch of plastic. I love painting them up. Once they're all painted up, they look so bad.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're a good painter and stuff, which takes a lot of skill as well. I mean, I painted stuff in my youth, but I mean, if I was to look at it now, I'd be like, oh my God, such a terrible job. But I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that now, so. But like, as long as I can get them onto the table and I'm like 3 feet away, you don't see all the imperfections.
Sure.
I do enjoy painting though.
Good, yeah.
I want to actually get good at it.
Yeah. It's a good little hobby to have, and once you get it down to an art and stuff, you can really take a lot of pride in your work, and then you can become one of those guys that has a nice little cabinet in the corner with his minis all nicely painted and standing to attention and
Yeah. I just have I have a huge pile of shame, so I gotta paint. And then also all my board games and stuff, they have minis, so I gotta get those. Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna think about it.
Well, what board games have you got?
Oh boy. Well, I have Axis and Allies.
Oh yeah,
1940. Oh, I love, like, that's what really got me into any strategy games. If I didn't find that game, I don't think I'd be doing any war games or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I recently
I
recently picked that up for my brother-in-law because he never played it, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm sending you a copy, like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that game. My copy's kind of worn down at this point, but
yeah.
I have Twilight Imperium,
Sure.
War of the Ring, a bunch of like Dungeon Quest, Hero Quest, a bunch of dungeon crawlers. Oh, Memoir 44. You may
Oh
know that one.
yeah. I've played a few games of Memoir 44. Yeah.
I love that game too. Like it's such a simple war game, and I love it. Sometimes I don't want to use my brain so much.
I mean, there's a lot of
Uh,
Memoir 44 people on Tabletop Simulator as well. I mean, you can pick up a good game of that on TTS every now and then.
yeah, I don't know where to find people. Like, is there a Discord or something?
I'll send you a few links after I'm done
Oh,
streaming,
okay.
and yeah, I mean, if you like that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, I mean, yeah, there is communities out there that yeah, we're
Yeah.
more than happy to play a game, and there's plenty of guys in the IKS who play Memoir 44 as well. I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I got a few GMT Hex and Counter war games like
Mhm.
Panzer and the U.S. Civil War.
Sure.
Bunch of number grinding and table, a bunch of tables to roll on.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of other stuff, but I don't know if you would know those.
Well, I don't know. You can try me. I mean, I might.
I don't know if probably not. God tier
God, yeah.
miniature skirmish miniature game.
No, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Oh, I mean earlier I saw that one of your friends on Steam was like going on Civ 6. There's
Oh yeah.
Civilization board game.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love those games. I have way too many hours in them.
Likewise, yeah,
Uh,
we're going through a bit of a play by a turn by turn multiplayer of Civ 6 at the moment, which is like a play by post type of thing. Everyone gets a turn, and yeah, we've been doing that for about the last 2 years on Civ 6. It's a slow game.
That's the same game?
Yeah, it's the same game.
Wow. Oh wow. I think that'd be awesome. Is it a marathon game?
It is a little bit of a marathon game, yeah, but I think it's just the fact that we got so many people in it, and like
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah, and you might not get a turn for 2 weeks just because of the way people's schedules are, and you know
Yeah.
yeah, but no, yeah, the little Civ 6 multiplayer games like that can be quite fun, and you're like, oh, it's my turn again. uh, you know, um,
hmm
yeah, and I know
I
me and Jan and Marshall and Achilles are playing Strategic Command, like World War Two. We've just started
mhm.
a campaign of that. That's fun. Uh,
I have a bunch of those games in my library. I
mhm.
just haven't touched them. I would really like to. I just don't have like anybody to play with. I feel like having people to play with makes games like so much better.
Of course, I mean, and this is why these types of communities like the IKS and other such forums exist, right? To bring people together and just play war games, and and then you do find players that go, hey, anyone want a game of this? Anyone want a game of, I don't know, Hearts of Iron or Victoria or Crusader Kings, Paradox titles, or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or some people might even turn around and say, hey, who wants to play a game of Risk or Axis and Allies from time to time? And yeah,
hmm
that's what makes this little community what it is. For me at least, because and then you get
Yeah.
people that introduce some games out of left fields that no one's ever heard of, and you sit down and play a few of them. Yeah.
I like myself some Magic the Gathering.
Ooh, I mean, it's been a while since I sat down and played some Magic the Gathering. I mean, I used to own a few decks as a kid, but I think my brother kind of took those off my hands at one point. But yeah, it's been a while since I played some Magic the Gathering.
Do you remember what set you last played?
I know there was a lot of worms in it. That's all I can remember.
Hmm. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
I would probably have to.
it was a very very old deck. But yeah, like we just used to call it the worm deck because I mean, yeah, we used to
The
have one.
worms.
Yeah, like I don't know, like whenever I was playing with mates and stuff, it's just like yeah,
Hmm.
he's bought his worm deck again. Like, you know.
Yeah, I know that. I know that feeling. My friends have a couple of those decks.
Yeah. Uh, but oh yeah, I don't even remember. But yeah, like we had a few. I know there was like one that was a lot of kind of like I won't say dark elves, but it's been so long since I played. Like a lot of swampy kind of dark elf type of feel to it. A lot of, yeah, a lot of blacks and greens in there.
Yeah, black rain.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, and then there was my little worm deck that I just used to love. But yeah, it's been so long since I played. I think the last time I played Magic the Gathering online, even if I check my library now, it'll probably say something like last time you played it was like 2014 or something like that. Like,
Ooh.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, but no, I did indulge in Magic the Gathering. It's a fun little game, and hell, man, even when I was at school, like I used to take my decks in, and used to play.
That's the best time to
Yeah,
do it. That way you don't have to do your schoolwork.
exactly. Sitting in the back of a science class playing Magic the Gathering. What's better? Um,
And then when the teacher comes up, it is all like, "What are you doing?" And
yeah,
you're like, "I'm doing math."
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just tapping my land cards to bring out this. Like,
To bring out a dragon.
yeah.
Oh man, there's so many good memories about that.
Yeah, it is fun. Right, we should be getting another turn in anytime soon.
It's usually about 20 minutes for each turn. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, it's about right. I mean, if especially if you, I think, like I said, when you've only got like two umpires and say 8 players. I mean, let's have a look. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Okay, so there's like seven players, including myself. If you're trying to at least spend 30 seconds to a minute on a report and giving orders, the time racks up. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm used to playing Axis and Allies, so
Oh yeah.
that those turn are not too big of a deal to me.
No, and to be honest with you, I mean, I think this Christmas my dad and my brother-in-law will probably want to get a good game of Axis and Allies out. And I'm going to have to convince my wife to play. But the thing is, I know as soon as I know as soon as we do that, she's just going to be like, "What do you mean one turn takes nearly an hour?" Like, like
Yep.
you told me this was kind of like Monopoly because it has Monopoly money. Like, I, I can see it now. I can see the conversation.
That's always the best thing, trying to get your significant other to
Yeah,
play these games.
that's right.
I know my girlfriend, she looks at it and she's like, yeah, no, you go have fun.
Yeah, they get intimidated by it, and you're just like, no, it'll be fine. Like, you just like, you get your Monopoly money, and you choose what you want to build and buy, and then you place it down, and then that's what's not to love? And
Easy.
yeah, it's easy. But no, it is. It's the time. I mean,
Yeah.
any board game that lasts longer than an hour and a half for my wife, and she's just like, no, I'm out. I'm just like, what? No, like you gotta get really deep and involved in it. But no, she likes short.
Enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
And she's like, no, I can enjoy the ride for an hour and a half, but any longer than that, look,
Any longer than that. Nope.
no, I'm out. So, yeah. Bless
People
her.
even get turned off with Dungeons and Dragons about that. There are like 3-hour sessions.
I mean, I've done.
I don't know if you play D&D.
I've played D&D and equivalents. A good 3 hour session is fine, but if even if it's 5 to 8 hours, sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a good.
I mean, it
good
doesn't
way to
even
spend the
feel
day to
like
me.
that long.
No. Yeah, seems like a good.
As long
way
as
to
you're
spend.
enjoying it.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, and again, I mean, in D&D, I just play the idiot character who's just there to have a good time, and not completely useless, but it is there to cause events.
You're the rogue, I see.
Yeah, a little. Well, not so much the rogue. I mean, I quite like to play the druid type of guy, but yeah, and like I forget the name of the exact scenario, but like last D&D game I played, like we had to like rescue an owl bear from like a pit or something like that, and I managed to roll so high I managed to keep it as a pet. So good. And
A pet owl bear.
Yeah.
What's his name or her name?
I called it what did Montague. I think I called it Montague.
Montague. That's an awesome name. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The new Baldur's Gate game?
Oh, I haven't played that one yet. No. I
Oh, it's.
I mean, I hear amazing things.
Oh, wow.
I hear amazing things.
Oh, wow. I've put so many hours into that already. So it's so similar to D&D 5e. Like playing this would probably be able to teach you D&D 5e. It's pretty crazy. They did very well.
Nice.
When it comes to that. And there's just so much stuff to do. Normally I wouldn't cough over $60 for a game, but there's a lot of content in this game. I highly recommend it.
I do need to pick it up.
Anyway,
but again, it's one of those things where even if you spend 60 quid on it and you indulge yourself, you're never going to be able to maybe even properly finish the campaign because you're just like there's
so much stuff to do.
Yeah, I've got so much stuff to do now. Like I barely get to sit down and play these types of things where it's only on for 3 hours. I mean, I don't know how much time I can sink into stuff like that anymore. Oh, there we go. We've got a new turn that dropped. Oh, okay. The train has advanced.
Okay, so the train continued moving towards you. You heat raided the train and took out pretty much most of the back half of the train. So it's now pulling behind it a whole bunch of burning train cars. It's still firing at you with everything it's got. You're between that and the artillery at the Citadel area. Your shields took some. They took some heavy damage, but they have a slight recovery amount. So your shields are about half strength. And you've still got armor under the shields. Like even if it's same as the other tripods. If your shields go down, you still have armor behind that.
Sweet.
But the further one of your two Citra classes, Straya classes, it's hurting bad. The humans focused a whole lot of firepower on it, and
Uh-oh.
it's down. It's smoking pretty good. It's still active because like these things, they fight at full strength until they go down.
Mm.
But it is not. You know, it's on its last legs. The one that's closer to the human artillery is pretty much intact. Like its shield is still up and everything. It hasn't managed to actually it got slowed down by a human infantry regiment, pretty much throwing itself in the way. But so it hasn't quite reached the artillery yet, but it's functioning on top of them.
Okay. Well, the Citras just concentrate on the artillery batteries and wreak havoc amongst the pigeons as best as they can up there. And yeah, my tripods will certainly concentrate fire on the armoured train. If we can shoot the front of it to take out the engine room, that would be even more amazing.
Okay. And yeah, also there's a whole bunch of infantry just streaming kind of between your tripod's legs trying to get to the citadel.
They're just ants. We don't need to worry about them.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. So, sounds good. I will be back.
Cool. Right, I need to nip to the loo again as well, man. So I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
You know what what I have just come to realise though, Warlord, is that I have kind of done exactly what I was not intending to do from the start, and I've stopped. I wanted to keep mobile and keep on the move.
Oh.
But I've now gotten sidetracked in wanting to destroy the enemy rather than do my rampage. So I think, come what may, as soon as these smaller craft take out the artillery, we hope, and as soon as I've had a shot at the armoured train, I'm just going to order all units to move south into the administration blocks, and we're going to take out this town hall.
Yeah. I mean, really, do you even need to worry about the armored train at all? Like, once you get far enough away from it, it won't be able to hit you, right?
That's true, but we want to disable it, right? We want to say it's out of there. But yeah, I think we'll have a tussle up here, and next turn I will order us to head kind of southeast towards the town hall, and then we might even move to the central bridge to take that out. Yeah, have a bit of fun with it.
Good plan.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, we've become bogged down. I think it's probably because I'm moving far slower than I thought I would in 10 minutes. Um, but hey,
Uh-huh.
doesn't really matter. But yeah, so there is a yeah. So this thing up to the north of us, Alexander, what you call it, is some kind of citadel thing. Where is it? What's it called? Oh yeah, Citadella. That would. Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
that does make sense. Yeah, Alexander Roska Citadel. So yeah, it's some kind of military installation. Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, I think after this turn we'll definitely head south into town and cause havoc there. Take out the bank, take out the town hall, and then go for the central bridge. Because yeah, you are right. You know, once. Yeah, I mean, the armored train is only going to be as good as it can be on the rails, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Achilles says it seems like a worthwhile endeavor trying to destroy everything. Yeah. It's what I do best. But no, I have fallen into my own, not trap, but yeah, my own say, yeah, this is not what we want to do, to stay in one place for too long. Because then it allows just the enemy to concentrate against us,
Mm-hmm.
which is not great.
Gotta
Gotta-
invoke the Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, got to keep moving. Got to just, wreak havoc and do our thing. But I mean, half an hour in this place is more than enough for anyone. But I just want to cause that. See, I mean, have you ever played Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds at all, like the PC game?
I have not.
It's,
No.
it's a
That's
decent enough game. It's from like the late
Jeff
90s.
Wayne.
Yeah, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds PC game. Yeah, it's from like the late 90s, and it's kind of grand strategy. Yeah, obviously aliens versus humans, and like you just have to take over different counties in the UK, and the Martians kind of land in North Scotland, and that becomes their base, and then the humans have to kind of like keep London, and also build loads of warships and like armored tractors and stuff like that to try and defeat them. And it's a pretty cool game.
Mm-hmm. 1998.
Yes, it's a classic.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it reminds me of like the original Total War games.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least that campaign map.
Yeah, the campaign map certainly does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but yeah, and then when a battle happens, yeah, you zoom into that county, and
oh yeah, like a RTS.
yeah, it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Very, very similar to Total War.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
It's not.
At all. Wow. I wonder if you could find this, like,
You
digital
can't-
download, because I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to download it, and I did play it, but yeah, literally like 6 weeks ago, and I wanted to do like a little series on it, but the thing is, I couldn't find a way to make the save games work after, they just
Yeah.
with these old games, they can become a bit finicky with the save games, and they become corrupted and stuff like that, and you're just like, why?
Yeah.
You worked yesterday fine, like why are you pissing about? But yeah, one of those things.
That's unfortunate.
It
I would
is.
have liked to see that.
I'm kind of waiting for a day that
I wonder if there is.
I'm waiting for the day that might turn up on like GOG or something like that, and actually work and be half supported.
One day, maybe.
One day.
So, have there been any like medieval Kriegspiel games?
Yeah, there's been ancient battles type of deals. There's been some pike and shot games, which is late medieval, I suppose. But yeah, there has been. But at the same time, with medieval types of things, I mean, an infantry block. I mean, unless you mixed it up a bit and made them like more armored or men at arms or whatever. I mean, the principles would be roughly the same. But I think with medieval battles, they can become. It can be quite quick. I mean, this is the thing though. I think with a medieval kind of scenario, I don't think you'd necessarily want to spend too much time. And this is going to just be a weird comment because with medieval battles, you line up and then you do your thing, right? And
there's not much tactics to it.
Well, there's not much maneuver,
maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, and the whole kind of thing with Kriegspiel is that you want to try and maneuver and try and get the best, in the best situation to win. Whereas with medieval battles, it's one side lines up against the other, and
you clash.
And then you just hope for the best. And I think, that's fine. But I think from what the IKS
Kriegspiel.
From a Kriegspiel kind of point of view, I mean, the whole point is, you want that maneuver element to it. I think to try and get in the upper hand, because the dice can always fuck you. Yeah. Yeah.
This is true. I know from experience.
Yeah. So you can do perfect maneuvers, but if your men don't turn up on the day and fight as well as they could do, then and then it's that kind of double-edged sword, I think. But with medieval battles, although it's perfectly fine to do so, I mean, what can you order? Advance upon the enemy, and that's about it. I mean, it is.
Yeah. I was just like looking through all the different videos, and I'm all like,
but there has been.
There's not really any medieval stuff. I mean, probably the closest would be Ancients.
But although, I mean, we did a play by email. It was James who ran it, but I was kind of like an assistant umpire. We did the Bodician revolt in Britain against Rome. So we had a map of Britain, like a map of Roman Britain, and it was up to the Celts to rebel and kick the Roman legions out, and that was quite fun. But again, it's one of those things where the only thing that you can really do is line up and smash each other. There's no real finesse to it. Whereas anything that is a bit more musket based and onwards, you get a little bit more maneuver to it, and attack them on the flank and this, that and the other. Because with a medieval battle, there's always going to be cavalry on the wings and infantry in the centre, and that's just how it's going to be. Unless you get some wild man who puts things in crazy places. But
Well, I mean, you do a spearhead maneuver. I don't know. I don't know. Was that an actual tactic used in medieval warfare? I'm gonna look down.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, you did have the wedge formation, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That would pretty much be what I'm thinking of.
But as soon as you do that, that cavalry is just going to be spent, and it's just going to be no use.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's in there and getting chopped up by the infantry, that's it. It's yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could also just. I mean, I guess it's easier in a video game versus in real, like doing it, like commanding them in real life.
Yeah.
It would be easier to actually move them, like kind of do a hit and run type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've all played Total War where we, charge and charge again type of thing. But yeah, once those forces have been committed, it can be very hard to extract them out.
Yeah.
And then, because you have to go, okay, yeah, I've extracted you out, and then human nature is just like, well, I've done my fight, and you've ordered me out of it. Do I really want to go back in there again?
Yeah. Touche.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at like battles from, 1600s, like the pike and shot era, there is a common theme where the cavalry does its thing on the wings and then chases away the enemy cavalry and then goes and raids the camp, and then just lets the infantry just slog it out in the center, and it really took, Oliver Cromwell types to say, hey, yeah, maybe we shouldn't go charging off into the distance. And actually, once we chased off the enemy cavalry, we should turn and then help the infantry. It was, it's weird, but it was revolutionary thinking at its time.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, because that's what they used to do. They just used to, charge off the cavalry and then go raid the baggage train. And say, hey, we've done our job and we've done our bit, and it took that kind of extra bit of thinking to say, hey, maybe we should control ourselves and go help the infantry. Yeah.
I mean, I guess hindsight being 2020, like that seems obvious to us. But...
It does, but it wasn't always, and you read like battle reports of these things that, they just chased them off the field and that was it. And then they, I don't know, a few hours later turn around and say, well, our infantry actually lost to their infantry, so technically, it's kind of a weird, tactical loss, but a strategic victory in a way because we taken their baggage train. But I mean, there's still men that want to fight because they've won on the field. So
yeah,
yes, it's one of those things.
Yeah, I think that's something that I kind of forget about sometimes, like having a more overall strategic look on battles. Like I like to do solo wargaming campaigns, and that way it gives my battles an actual perspective. Or an actual story or whatever narrative behind the battles, and it doesn't just feel like a thrown together scenario or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I recently picked up the solo war games campaign booklet thing.
William Sylvester?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I was thinking about doing
I have that one.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, so it's an interesting book, and I did try and do a little series on it, but I went too big. And I literally got to like turn 4 or 5, and the way I used his systems and the amount of towns that were raising troops and stuff. By turn 5, I had something stupid like 400 blocks to move. I was like, oh no, yeah, okay, let's not do that. Let's maybe try and scale it down to something smaller. But yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll probably go back to it and start publishing that series, but I did it on my own, and because I wanted to, you know, start, as you say, like
Test it
your
out.
own little story and your own little kind of,
Mhm.
you know, thing, and you know, roll the dice to see what different commanders want to get up to and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, for me, I was like, oh, I've now got over 400 blocks on the table, and it's only like, you know, turn 5, shit. Like, but I like to go really big until you realise how big of a task it is, and then I stop. That's my biggest thing. And I've got another
I think I
campaign.
have the same thing.
I've got another campaign going on at the moment as well with a few guys from the IKS, and we had to stop for a bit because I got busy and I changed jobs and, you know, and everything. I had to put, you know, just stop being, you know, playing and umpiring for a bit to sort stuff out. But we've actually got back into the swing of things, and I've just looked at it, and I've just like, man, I've got so many moving parts to this. I've got to simplify it somehow. But I mean, that's set in like the 40k kind of setting, and like every platoon has its own little piece, and it's, I think it was over 2,300 pieces in the end.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Damn.
it was insane. I made like, well, yeah, it is insane.
Yeah, one of my campaigns, in order to find, I wanted to do like a real map.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm American.
Mm-hmm.
I just decided to roll a D50
Mm-hmm.
to decide which state I would be warring over or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I rolled like Connecticut, but like Connecticut's kind of small. So I ended up going to adding Rhode Island and Massachusetts to it.
Sure.
And eventually I was adding up all the cities and towns and whatnot to see how much troops I would have. And it came to like 50,000 manpower on either side, and I'm all like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's when it. That's
this is
again, yeah, and it's when it gets to that kind of moment where you have to take a step back and say, well, how am I now going to represent these units? You know, do I change the scale? It's just like, well, you know, I could do to make it more manageable, but I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like, yeah, but I mean, what kind of software or mapping, you know, stuff we're using with, like, because at the moment, even in like the 40k thing that I'm doing, we're fighting over a real city, and I've just used map.army, which is a good little piece of yeah, which is a really good well, not software, it's just a website, but you can literally create your pieces on, you know, a Google map, say, and then you can like download what is effectively like a GIS layer, and when you come to load it up again, like, you know, you just say, okay, load layer that I've downloaded, and all your pieces just are there where you left them.
Oh. Okay, I mean, I was just doing a screenshot of like Google Maps and then using that.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then just like drawing the plans.
Sure, but I mean, if you're using like a modern map, like map.army
Yeah.
is a really good site, and you can, yeah, create your own little, well, yeah, you can just spawn in any pieces, like, you know, engineers, armored columns, infantry, air defense, and it's all like the NATO symbols and stuff like that, and yeah, it's really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a really clever little website. Oh no, I've lost a piece.
It's revolutionary. You've lost a piece.
Oh no, yeah, one of my little dudes has gone.
Aw.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, they're all getting in the Citadel too.
They are, which plays into my hands because I'm going after the.
Yeah.
I'm going after the town hall. Oh dear. So this Bonifratasca Street. But yeah, we're getting ganged up on. We've already lost an accompanying unit, so I'm just gonna order everyone down this Bonifratica thing. And we'll, get that done.
However you speak Polish, I don't know.
Yeah, my Polish ain't so
You know
good.
what? Do you actually know any other languages?
I did German at high school, but I mean, I'm really bad at it.
I did Spanish in high school.
That's
I
to be
couldn't do it,
expected.
though.
That's to be expected. Oh man, they got cavalry.
Oh, they do.
Oh man.
But I mean, what could cavalry do against metal machines, right?
Right? Well, they did something.
They did. Obviously, they did something. Well, it could have been the rail car as well.
It could have. Yeah, it probably was. Probably was.
Okay, hello again.
Hello.
You hear a very loud. You hear the death horn of one of your Straya class as it's knocked out by the humans coming to your west. The armored train fires at you. It knocks down your shield for a moment, but it doesn't manage to actually hit your armor, and your shield flickers back to life, admittedly weak. But still it flickers back to life again because the train stops firing to try and run away from you. Your fire knocks out another one of the forward armored train sections and hits the engine, but so one of the two engines is burning. But the train is still moving, admittedly much slower.
Okay.
And you see more humans are streaming up through the city towards you.
Excellent. Well, so I'm going to order myself and my accompanying unit, to head down Bonifratasca Street, which is pretty much the street that I'm already on in my tripod, and we're going to head to the town hall, which is the building called Ratuska.
Okay, you're heading that way.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Are you just shooting anything on the way?
Shooting anything on the way and tipping over buildings and causing lovely destruction. But yeah, we're going to combine our forces and we're going to head into the administration center and we're just going to cause havoc there instead.
Sounds good. Okay. Can do that. And okay, I will be back.
Cool.
Oh, and also, yeah, I forgot to mention your Strya also took out the two human artillery batteries at the Citadel.
Good.
It made easy work of them once it got in contact.
Nice.
But yes, I will be back. I will see you. I'll process all that.
To the town hall.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no.
What, it's been about 40 minutes.
40
in
minutes.
Game?
Yeah. So I mean, again, yeah. I mean they're moving awfully slow, but I mean, what can you do? We'll just head down the street and yeah, we'll do that. Because they'll probably think I'm going for the palace. I would think, but yeah, if we just go past the palace and then to the town hall and then back up to the central bridge, because I think that armored train has had a good bruising by now, and yeah, we've taken out the artillery, and they do have more artillery as well. But the thing is that that's not going to be any good inside the city centre, is it? So we can.
Well, how tall are the tripods?
I imagine they're pretty tall, but I'm not gonna.
Like, are they towering over buildings?
I
Who
would
knows?
imagine. I
And
would
there's
imagine
indirect
they
fire
are.
with artillery.
Yeah. Ah, that's true. But the thing is, they'd have to. Oh yeah, I suppose.
They would probably need a spotter of some sort. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a ruling in Kriegspiel, but
Well,
like
again,
spotting
it
stuff.
just depends on whatever the rules the umpire is.
Yeah,
Is ruling at that time, right?
yeah.
But
It reminds me of, I mean, kind of like an RPG in that sense. Like the umpire is the dungeon master or the game master.
yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
then
that's generally it, because I mean, even D&D, you know, the inventor of D&D said that he drew some of his inspiration. Yeah, when he created, was it Sword and Chainmail or whatever it's called?
oh yeah, chainmail.
Yeah. He drew his inspirations from Kriegspiel.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
I mean, Kriegspiel was like the original war game, right?
that's right.
So
Yeah,
that would make sense.
yeah. Yeah, it's time to get out of here. There's too many humans for my liking, and they've taken out one of my escorts so early on in the game too. Like all they had was sabers and carbines. What did they do? Like just cut one of its Achilles tendons in its feet and just boo. I don't know.
Hmm. Wait, did he say that it was the cavalry that destroyed?
Well, yeah, he said it. Yeah,
Not
they
the,
said. Well,
railroad?
I mean, he said that they got engaged. So I mean, we can probably
Oh.
we can probably presume it was the armored car, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not gonna look into it too much.
No, we're just here to cause havoc. And like I said, it doesn't matter whether we win or lose. We just want to cause as much destruction as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a.
You're not cutting out, are you?
Oh no, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh,
I
okay.
just got sidetracked by a text.
No worries.
But yeah. I wonder what the enemy's going to do. I mean, we know that this guy up in the Citadel probably isn't going to do anything. Cavalry will probably.
I mean, evidently.
Will probably want to go for me, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Because they probably think I'm in the open here, and they're not wrong. But I'm moving down the street, so cavalry in the city centre is probably not going to work, and that artillery out to the right ain't probably going to get any view upon us. Even though we are towering above the buildings, I would imagine they wouldn't have much clearance to shoot over the buildings in front of them. So we'll see. We'll see who wants to give chase. But yeah, we have stayed.
What are those units off to the right of the screen? Some infantry and.
Yeah, so the little dots, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
artillery. That's artillery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so out to the right is artillery and accompanying infantry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much NATO symbols. I mean, I can tell cavalry and infantry. Those are simple. And then anything else. Like I was looking at the army or map.army or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm all like, oh yeah, I know infantry and cavalry. And then everything else? Nope.
But yeah,
No
no,
idea.
yeah, map.army is a good little tool, for campaigns and stuff. So yeah, if you're fighting over Connecticut and want something kind of easy and quick to use, it is good. I know it can be a little bit pernickety sometimes when you're switching from 2D to 3D, because you can only create in 2D, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes 3D, then it just puts in like a proper map. Oh, what's Achilles saying? Achilles said he saw an ad for a TV series about an alien invasion on Amazon Prime. It made me think that if an alien species was able to solve interstellar travel, the tech gap by something.
By the way, our ...
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Our resistance and then would be graded. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Achilles, you can always come in and join the room for a chat if you want. You don't have to hang out in the YouTube. You can come in to Red One. I know you can see it.
It's okay. We won't bite.
We won't. How far down this road do we think we're going to make it? This is the thing. Do we think we'll get right, so we're on... Do we think we'll get to the palace? If we can reach this little palace and this little square, I think we'd be safe. I think we can lose. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Stay, but I thought I'd pop in.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm sorry. BTW, I actually meant between, but
Oh, I was all like, by the way. That didn't make too much sense. That makes a lot more sense.
That does. So how's it going, Achilles? You in Saturday night fights tonight?
I am. Yeah, Leipzig.
Leipzig. Ooh, lovely.
Leipzig with Blucher.
It's going to be
gigantic scale.
It's going to be another 13-parter, isn't it? This is going to keep
him. So we took bets on the over and under on how many weeks it was going to take, or how many sessions it was going to take.
I mean, yeah, last time was it's like 13 sessions, right? And like
right.
over 90
I guess 12 this time.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I took 12, but we'll see.
But no, this is Warlord,
I
by the way.
managed.
This is Warlords. Warlord.
Hey, Warlord.
Meet
Howdy, howdy.
Achilles.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Achilles.
Where are you at in the planet?
I am in America. God-loving America.
I've heard of it.
You've
It's-
heard of it?
yeah,
it's a small nation
Yeah.
across the
It's I think it's
Atlantic.
that tiny country that borders Texas. Isn't that right? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
it is. From sea to shining sea.
Uh-huh. All right.
Just forget about all the atrocities we've done.
Well, you got to practice somewhere. We we
Oh dear.
we have well, speaking of sea to shining sea, yeah, I'm looking at one of our seas. So there you go.
How is
You're also
how
in
is the
America?
Pacific?
The Pacific is kind of a grayish color at the moment, but it's going to be a sunny day, so I imagine that'll blue out a little bit more.
Nice.
No, I'm not in America. I'm in the People's Republic of California. So I moved from the alt-right dictatorship of Texas to the People's Republic of California. So I kind of
You have to see
swung
the
all
best
over
of
the
both
place here.
worlds, right? You have to see the best of both worlds. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
One didn't have roads, the other one does. It's the kind of thing.
Which one do you prefer?
I love it here. I actually love it
Yeah.
here. But,
I mean, it's really sunny. I do like California.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm currently in Ohio, which is.
that's where I was actually born.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
find your hospital.
Yeah, I got out of there as quickly as my father could find a job in some other state. But
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've been all over the place. My dad was in the military, so
yeah,
a lot.
I can sympathize. I was also military. I was Army.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I sympathize with that. No, my dad was in the education game, so
Education.
he was
Teacher?
he was a college dean.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he must have been pretty smart, I would assume.
He was, yeah. Frighteningly so.
So how do you think we're
Here's
doing?
a little known.
Oh, go on, Achilles. Carry on.
I was just gonna say, here's a little known detail about him, though. He was a knight. He was a knight of France.
What?
Oh, he was knighted?
He was. He literally was.
Was he some
Huh,
kind of
I didn't know that.
war hero or something like that for France, or what did he?
No,
No.
no. It's he was awarded the let's see. I'm actually looking at the certificate there on the wall. He was awarded the Chevalier de Palme Académique, which was originally established by Napoleon.
Oh.
By the Minister of Education Nationale of France. Yes, so
Lovely.
there you go. So
I didn't even know that they knighted people anymore. Do they
Well,
still do that in England?
it's like oh, what is it? There are several of those awards that Napoleon had created that were not military. There were military
Civil,
ones, and then there were others.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the civil
Yeah.
ones, and they do still give those out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, even though they don't have a monarchy, the fools. All it really gave him was a beautiful certificate and this big purple medal, which he could wear on his robes.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's like our Purple Heart. But I guess that's military, so.
Yeah. He got this big purple medal that he could wear on his robes, and a purple ribbon that he could just wear on anything, like on his suit or whatever.
Nice.
Much like if I were to put my medals on, on my suit jacket or something, which would be kind of silly, but still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Dave. I interrupted you. What were you
No,
going to say?
I was just going to say, how do you think we're doing? I mean, like I said at I mean, you weren't tuned in, I don't think, but I said I didn't want to stay in one place for too long, but it seems that by situation alone, we've stayed here for more than 40 minutes, and everyone's coming to this one place. So I'm trying to go back to my original plan, just to keep moving and not get bogged down. But yeah, this armored train turned up quicker than I thought.
I think it's also a matter of, like, you thought that you would be going faster, like moving faster.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought you would probably be moving faster as well. But.
Yeah.
So, do you have some kind of objective, or are you just mutilating human beings?
The objective is to control the city and to eliminate as many humans as we can. And
how do they define control?
Well, I defined it myself as just destroying the bridges. just to cut the city in two, and then they can't bring in reinforcements into town and what have you, and that's how I was going about controlling it. And that was the plan to begin with, until we realised we didn't have enough players, and it was just me versus the people who turned up. So now I'm just thinking, well, I mean, I originally wanted to destroy the rail bridge so we didn't have to encounter this armoured train, but that turned up at like turn 2. So so I was like, okay, well, here we are. And then I just thought, well, if I can't destroy the rail bridge anymore, I'll just go into the centre of town and destroy its administration. So even if we don't necessarily control the town, the city becomes useless because its administration block has just been destroyed, and then we'll go for a secondary objective of destroying the central bridge.
It sounds to me like you're using the Paul Atreides definition of control.
Yeah.
He who can destroy a thing controls a thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we've already lost one of our escorts. Unfortunately, we've lost one of our escorts, but it is what it is.
A what, mechanical failure?
No, apparently carbines and sabers.
Yeah.
I feel fairly confident that these semi-evolved monkeys cannot possibly bring down one of your machines.
Well, they already have.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe it stepped on so many of them that they got clogged in its wheels or something.
The wheel.
No, I just imagine some Cossack coming along with a saber and just cutting my Achilles heel, and and getting that over and done with.
They used the Star Wars technique. They brought down your multi-million-dollar machine with a jump rope.
Okay, so you head south down the street. The armored train and a few artillery guns that are now quite distant from to the west try to take shots at you, but it's much harder to hit you and they miss. But as you head down the street, you run into a significant mass of humans as well as their artillery, which, again, for the most part, miss. But they do knock down your shield again for a moment before your shield flickers back on.
Nice.
The Strike class that's behind you takes its shield goes down, but it's still its armor hasn't been damaged yet. Unlike yours, its shield does not regenerate.
Okay. Well,
And your heat beam, one of your heat beams just kind of goes into the buildings and misses. The other one, though, destroys two infantry regiments that were trying to block the area out in front of you. Just sweeps across them and takes them out. Yeah.
All right, full speed ahead, and we're heading for the town hall, which is on the map called the Ratusa, which is just south of the palace.
Okay.
Yeah, so straight through that little square, and we're just gonna head there.
Okay. Continuing down that way. And sounds good. And just continue blasting at anything you can see.
Well, I kind of want to focus my lasers on the artillery in front of me, and yeah.
Sounds good. Can do. Yep. Okay. I will. I've got that entered.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is actually really cool. I just imagine massive tripods running people over.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. Because in the movie that was made in the 50s that I saw, they dropped nuclear bombs on those things and couldn't take them out.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't have legs.
These
they
guys are hitting you with.
floated.
That's true. They floated. That's right. You guys should have waited another, what, 37 years,
That's it.
and your technology would have been better.
Yeah. That's my story now, and I'm sticking to it when I lose, and this eventually cobbles over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
1950
when the second wave arrives.
Mm-hmm. And then the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Water.
Yeah. I think they
Tom
sent
Cruise.
that one just out of spite. They needed to kill Tom Cruise.
But we got B-Fly watching as well. He said he wished he could participate, but he just had a busy day. Isn't it always the case? These games come up and, you just think, oh shit, I'm busy.
Yeah. Or I just don't have 4 to 6 hours to give to it.
That's it.
Yeah. We're having the Pumpkin Festival here today, and you can't. I completely forgot about it. It's a Saturday morning. I went to go get breakfast for us this morning, and I start driving towards it's a small little town, right? I mean, yeah. And I start driving towards it, and then they've got every street barricaded. You can't get anywhere. And I'm like, oh,
it's the Great
crap.
Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
It's the Pumpkin Festival. They broke the world's record for the largest pumpkin the other day. So,
really? How big is it?
I don't know. It's gigantic, though.
Let's Google.
Yeah, it's massive.
Biggest pumpkin in the world. Holy sh! It's not even like orange anymore. It's like faded orange.
You could carve that sucker out and live in it. Yep. That is madness.
2,749 pounds.
I want to know what kind of steroids do you have to give that thing to get that big? Does it have like pumpkin steroid rage or something? Start crushing everything.
It's non-GMO.
I'll be right back, guys.
Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting story right there. The giant pumpkin goes on a roid rage and starts destroying the coastline and marching inland, and there you go. It's the next great horror film. You've heard of Sharknado? Well, welcome to the Great Pumpkin of Horror. Oh my God. It sprouts legs because of a mutation and just starts running around. It shoots pumpkin seeds out at like the speed of sound.
Speed is bad. I would have imagined it actually shooting the seeds like a machine gun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see, the seeds hit you before you hear them. Oh man, what happened to Johnny? Oh man, he's got a pumpkin seed embedded in his forehead. Corman, medic. Oh man, but that's okay because we're well protected over here. We have the down where Marshall lives. There's the Space Force guys, so I'm sure they'll protect us. Marshall's just down the coast from me.
I don't know. Aren't they only effective in space though?
I'm not sure they're effective there. I do think that they ought to make all their enlisted people in the Space Force have to wear red shirts. I think that would be a great idea.
Red shirts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that you young people are unaware. The original Star Trek series.
Oh, it's been so long since I've watched that, but yeah, that would be
Yeah. The red shirt guys were the ones that always got killed in every episode.
Yeah. That show is so good. Man,
Well,
I gotta
after
watch
all,
that again.
Space Force guys, I think they pretty much took the Starfleet badge as their insignia. So
Yeah. Oh my,
Mhm.
wow. Never actually thought about that, but they did.
They did. Mm-hmm. Couldn't even be original about that.
Yeah, that's too much effort.
And anybody out there on the broadcast that wants to defend Space Force, send those cards and letters to Dave Pumphouse.
This DM in Discord.
Mm.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm back. I had to nip to the loo again.
Hey, no problem. You may get some mail, some hate mail.
Some mail.
You
What?
may get some hate mail, but that's all right. Don't worry. No worries.
I'm missing the joke. What do you mean?
Yes. Well, we were having a conversation, and
Oh, okay.
and then, somehow Space Force got brought up, and
Oh,
and
you
and then
mean
there were some disparaging.
the supreme unit that is Space Force.
There was some disparaging remarks about Space Force, and of course all cards and letters trying to defend Space Force were directed to you.
Dave Pumphouse loves Space Force.
Yes, Dave Pumphouse, greatest lover of Space Force.
I mean, it's a great initiative. I mean, from a strategic point of view,
it's
war
really
is heading to space whether we want it to or not.
Yeah, except that we were already doing that.
Yeah, that's true. We just didn't like it when other people start to do it as well.
Mm. We were already doing it, and the Air Force was already doing that job. They just took the job away from them.
Yeah.
Well, now the Air Force can focus on the air instead of space.
Right, and they were really thrilled about that. They were about as happy about that as the Army was when they took the Air Force away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. We just keep subdividing special little subdivided military cultures.
But that's
I mean,
what
that's kinda what
government does. That's what government does. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
compartmentalizes everything.
And I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Well,
Keeps
I
things
guess that
organized.
depends on how you look at it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it depends
Yeah.
on how you look at it.
hmm Now you've got another agency that has to compete for budget.
Mhm.
That's true. Well, I mean, now the Air Force won't be asking. Who knows? They still may be asking for more.
Oh no, yeah, they're still asking. Yeah, because they still said they're like, wait, we got these satellites that we put up there that we still have to maintain. You know, what about NORAD? You know,
Mm.
okay, that's
Yeah.
all satellite based and that sort of thing. You know, sure, yeah, we still have to have that.
Mhm.
But now we have this separate agency, and because they're two different agencies, they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
So
They never
so
do.
yeah, so naturally, you know, somebody launches a missile, the Space Force picks it up and says, "Oh, look, should we tell anybody?" Well, we don't talk to those guys.
Is it in space yet, or is it in the lower atmosphere?
That's right.
Because if it's in the lower
it's-
atmosphere, it's the Air Force's job.
it's somebody else's problem. That's right. Oh wait, that one didn't quite make it to what we define as space. Therefore,
It did not exit the stratosphere, so it is not our
Yeah.
problem.
I'm always reminded of that. You know, that moment at Jutland when the staff officer, I can't remember what his name was, naval officer, went to the intelligence people, the people who were listening in on all the German frequencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a real jerk, and nobody liked him. And he went in. He asked a very specific question. He asked, "Where is the call sign for, you know, the admiral of the German fleet, the High Seas Fleet?" And so they told him it was still in the Jade. And so he said, "Okay, thank you." And then he left, and he sent the message out to Jellicoe that the German High Seas Fleet was still in port.
Yeah.
Okay, but he didn't ask the right question, and they didn't try to help him because they hated the guy,
Oh,
and he
jeez.
hated them. And you know, if he had asked them where is the High Seas Fleet, they would have told him it's at sea,
Yeah.
because whenever the fleet left harbor, he always left his call sign at the harbor point and changed to a new call sign.
Oh, jeez.
But they didn't bother to explain that to him. You know, so Jellicoe thinks that the High Seas Fleet is still in Germany, in port, and that all he's dealing with is the battle cruisers.
Jesus.
Yes, and of course, oh yeah, and then later on, when they discovered that the High Seas Fleet was in fact out there, when you know, their own battlecruiser fleet was being chased by them, and he gets the word that they actually are out there. From that point on, he stopped listening to anything that he was getting from the wireless intercepts, you know, because he didn't trust them.
It's just funny how, you know, egos come into play, and, you know, just the different rationale of thinking, and that different people have, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's something somebody brought up about IKS the other day, didn't they?
Well, I am forever bringing up how people to perceive things in the IKS, but carry on.
Oh, that's true. Somebody brought up something the other day, very specifically along the same lines, that it's something that you don't get in IKS. I mean, it would be super rare, because, like, on an open Saturday or something, because you know, historically, a lot of these commanders, they didn't like each other, like Davout and Bernadotte or something like that, where, you know, that kind of thing. And because of that, they took actions that influenced or affected the entire battle or campaign. But you don't see that.
No.
Yeah, you don't see that in IKS, because everybody's trying to actually do the right thing most of the time.
Most of the time.
You know?
and until
Yeah, most.
until you start to get. But as you say, open Saturdays, you never know who's going to turn up, and
Yeah, and they
it's
don't know each other.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and a lot of them don't know each other, and you don't have those egos that people have spent
Mhm.
3 to 5 years getting to know one another. I mean, that might change in a few years with the IKS
Over time, yeah.
over time, where people get and characters start to know one another and what they're capable of.
Sure.
I mean, you're
Familiarity breeds contempt.
yeah, exactly, and
Hmm.
so I mean that. But yeah, it's a good point to touch on that. With these open Saturdays, everyone wants to do their best and try and win. But yeah, with a protracted campaign, people people do rub each other up the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I have seen that. I remember in Otto's Across the
Yes.
Rhine.
Yeah. Well, that's the prime
campaign.
example. That's the prime example.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you had generals arresting generals. You had all kinds of insanity going on, and yeah, it's amazing how the personalities started to clash.
I've lost another escort.
Okay. Yes, the other one, there's the large mass of human just foot soldiers manages to bring, along with some artillery fire, manages to bring down the remaining escort walker. You also managed to clear out the artillery in front of you, but between that artillery firing on you and a lucky shot from the train way in the back, your shield went down again, and it's staying down this time, but you're still functionally at full health as far as your machine itself goes. You destroy the 2 artillery in front of you quite simply, and you find yourself you're now functionally in range of the town hall. There's more human infantry around it, but they do not appear to have any artillery around the town hall that you can see.
Excellent. Okay. My orders are to. Here's the thing, right? My legs, could they tear through a stone wall, and could I just walk through it?
Yeah, you can walk through buildings fairly. It slows you down a little bit, but that's what you've been doing more or less. Okay, excellent. Well, we'll just walk through the town hall and just keep our lasers focused on the infantry around it. But yeah, head south. We'll walk through the town hall. We'll shoot what's there, and just go stand in the square in front of the town hall. Why not? Okay, sounds good. And remember, you do still have your
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Generator.
I'm waiting for it.
I see. Sounds good. Okay, I was thinking about that. I'm like, I get the feeling that I have an idea what might be about to happen here, but okay, sounds good. I'm looking back. Let's go up.
What do you still have?
I still have my black smoke generator, so it's like just a poison gas that I can just release from my little vents type of thing if I'm surrounded. But no, we'll get it. We'll head south and we'll destroy the town hall, and I'll get some nice satisfaction from that. And then once those forces in the north have probably followed us down the road, then we can release our black smog and head to the middle bridge and go destroy that.
You would think that a race capable of
interstellar travel,
leaving Mars, or in this case, even just from Mars, they're advanced enough to have these machines and all this kind of stuff. If they were going to plan an attack on planet Earth, and their goal was to eliminate mankind so they could take the planet itself, okay? So they don't want to damage the planet, they just want to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Okay? So why would they not, send some scouts, grab a few humans, do some medical experiments, create a biological weapon that will only kill humans, and then launch those onto us, wipe us out with disease while they sit on Mars watching,
Mm.
and then come land on the planet after we're all dead,
That's
or
it.
at least 90% of us.
That's not as fun of a story, though. You know, you have to
Oh,
build the
yeah.
narrative and everything.
It sucks when reality gets in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, and this is another thing. So, I mean, to go back to our briefing that we had. So we were told that 2 pods landed in the river, and my co-compatriots that were also supposed to be part of this game were just like, oh, shall we spend time retrieving the pods and stuff? And I was like, well, if they're capable enough of going through the void of space, I don't think a few meters of water is going to stop them from, coming out of their pods if they really wanted to, And but yeah, I was like, no, it's a distraction. Yeah, it's just destroy the bridge. But yeah, it's a funny one. It's a funny one. But I did say at the beginning of the stream, I think if this scenario was ever to be played again, I would want a third party to be like a journalist, and they would have to kind of go to different commands and see what they could see, and then go back to take the information that they learnt from the front, back to general commands to kind of say, hey, this is what the tripods are capable of, and I've just watched. Yeah, because that would be a cool thing to do, I think. Just be a journalist that escapes by the skin of their teeth and turns up at Central Command and says, "Oh, you don't know what they're capable of, sir." Oh, we've had another turn go really quickly.
Oh.
Oh no! I think no, we haven't. No, my bad.
Oh.
I thought. No.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be a modern cable news journalist.
No, but because I got the
They'd be
idea.
hiding under a table in a hotel.
I got the idea because that's kind of like the introduction of Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, the PC game. It's like this journalist who was on Horsell Common, saw the whole lid screw off of the pod, and everyone got obliterated by the heat ray apart from him and a few others that managed to escape. And and if you ever listen to the War of the Worlds album, that
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I mean
I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean you want that experience of going through a desolated city and trying to get to wherever. But no, it's a good album. I love that album.
Oh, actually, what I should say is it was I don't know if we're talking about the same one, but it was a recording of Orson Welles' radio show, the War of the Worlds, which he did on Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he did it on Halloween 1929 or whatever it was. 1929? I think it was 1929.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jeff Wayne's and Justin Hayward's and the electronic kind of laser show,
Oh, okay. No.
The electric music in that is fucking awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it tells a pretty decent story, and the good old classics like Forever Autumn and the Artilleryman and Thunderchild and stuff like that. It's really good. It's really good songs. And
I have
what's it? The Spirit of Man. The Spirit of Man is a good song as well. It's yeah. I'll send you the link to the album, man. It's really cool.
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
I had an English teacher. I don't know, it was junior high or something like that, who was a big fan of who was it? Alan Parsons.
All right, yeah.
And there was an album that they did that was like all Edgar Allan Poe stories. And this English teacher used to play that thing all the time whenever we were, supposed to be working on something out of the book or whatever it was, quiet time, she would be playing that thing. And the songs would just get stuck in your head. It was,
Yeah.
you know. I've discovered recently on YouTube like all kinds of really strange music, eclectical, weird stuff
Yeah,
that
it's
that
out
I've
there.
been listening to and watching the videos, and I'm like, okay, like these Japanese metal bands, girl metal bands
Oh God,
that
no, really?
they use. Oh yeah. There's one called Baby Metal,
Oh God.
and it's these girls, and then there was another one that was they use like traditional Japanese instruments along with electric guitars and drums,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the translation of the lyrics for their songs sound like all their lyrics are like haikus or something.
All right.
Um, and but they're really interesting, and their videos are really quite good. And then there's one that's a Mongolian band
Oh, Mongolian
that does
chants.
like
Oh yeah. Okay.
no,
No.
that's not the name. The name is something I can't even pronounce.
Oh,
It's like Okanya something, or I don't know. But they're Mongolians, but they live in Siberia,
Right.
and they do like traditional. They again, it's that combination of traditional instruments
Mm-hmm.
along with modern instruments.
have you heard of
And
the Who? The-
hmm?
They're a Mongolian
Who?
band.
Yeah. Who? Yes, he does
Yeah,
throat
yeah.
vocalization. Yes,
Yeah.
he's Mongolian as well. My favorite ones, of course, are the ones that are, I guess, closer to my own personal, uh, I don't know what ancestry. Yes, the like um, gosh, what a, they do Norse uh, stuff, and they use like all these traditional instruments, but they do like this combination of their stage show. They do rituals, these ancient pagan rituals from Norse rituals, and like they use poems that are some of them are even predate pre-Viking era Norse poetry and sagas and that kind of thing, which they uh, that's what they use for the lyrics, and it's a combination of all these traditional instruments and everything. And I saw an interview with them when they were talking about they did a tour, and they were talking about how hard it is to get through airport security when some of your instruments are made from human bones.
Oh no way.
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
but
That's crazy.
that's
Instruments made of okay.
yeah. But
That's pretty metal.
their videos are amazing. Oh, you just got a screenshot.
Well, we did, yeah. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to a couple of theirs, Dave.
Sure. Yeah, so send it to Warlord's Way as well. But yeah, human bones.
Yes.
Sure, if you have to.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Their shows are quite impressive, but the music is actually really good. I mean, it's really good stuff. I actually enjoy it. I got Marshall into Viking music now.
Need to get him into.
Believe it or not.
I mean, I was speaking to a mate of mine the other day about Hailstorm, and like, because they were talking about like sea shanties and stuff, and how like it came about like during COVID. I was just like, I was like, bitch, please, like, sea shanties during COVID, like, we were listening to pirate rock in uni, like Hailstorm and Keel haul that bastard overboard and stuff like that, like real proper like pirate rock. And she was like, I've never even heard of this band. And I was like, yeah, we were listening to it all the time at uni.
It was great. I mean, it's great stuff.
Yeah.
There's his favorite. His favorite is when it's all in English, but it's called Valhalla Calling. Valhalla Calling Me, and like he will send me text message quoting from the song. It's like there's a line he really seems to enjoy, which is "Rise and Rain,"
Yeah.
and like he'll send that text message to me, in the morning sometimes and stuff like that. It's like I never thought I'd be into this.
Okay.
Hey,
What's going on? What?
we're talking about pirate rock.
So you easily blow through some of the infantry in front of you, as well as some of the infantry behind you, and are now parked over the town hall, and the humans are closing in around you in all directions. You do take some fairly heavy hits from human artillery. Your machine is still, you have about 50% integrity of the hull.
Excellent. Okay, well, we'll head towards the middle bridge and we'll set these smoke generators off.
Okay.
And that's it.
Sounds good. Yeah, this is very... Okay, sounds good. I'll back.
Perfect. See, I think Achilles and Warlords that I give pretty easy orders because I know how hard the umpires have it, and you know, I mean, I might miss a few details here and there, but I think
Yeah.
just head towards the middle bridge and let the smoke rain.
Leave something to their imagination. It's sexier that way.
That's it.
And well, I mean, when you only have one thing left, there's not much to say.
Yeah, I prefer to give very bullet point like orders. If I can say it all in a single sentence, that works for me. I hate when I have to give more complex orders.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, it also depends on what you're trying to do.
That's right.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
if you're
true.
trying to master,
there are times when you have to. Yeah, I mean, there are times when you have to give a either or kind of statement or something, but I try to avoid it whenever possible. Yeah, I want it to be clear in their head as it is in mine.
Oh yeah, I mean, it reminds me of Battle of Gettysburg when Lee tells, I forgot who it was, but he wanted them to take like Culp's Hill, like take the hill if practicable or whatever.
Yeah, that was Ewell.
Yeah, to Ewell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he decided that it wasn't practicable, so he didn't take it.
Yep. Whereas if it had been Stonewall Jackson, he would have thought it was practicable, even if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackson was built different.
Oh yeah, he wasn't shy about losing half his command.
But he got the job done. More or less.
Yeah, he get the job
I mean,
done.
just like Grant. I mean, he
Yeah,
was known
that's
as
true,
the butcher,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he got the job done.
Yeah.
He got the job done. Yeah. Well, Grant understood the terrible arithmetic, as Lincoln called it.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that what Lincoln said. I think it was after the Battle of Chancellorsville. I mean, it was dead on. It was. He said, we could lose 5 more Chancellorsvilles, and at the end of it, Lee would have no army left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we still would. We'd still be able to continue operations. Lee wouldn't have an army left.
Which brings me.
And he was complaining, of course, about Hooker. Because Hooker got beat up at Chancellorsville. But this is the difference between commanders. Hooker went into paralysis after Chancellorsville and was like, I don't know what to do, and he just sat there and started to retreat because he got beat up. Whereas if that had been Grant, I mean, Grant suffered worse than Chancellorsville multiple times in the wilderness he didn't back up. He just kept going forward.
Yeah. I mean, which brings me to my next point, Achilles. We need to sit down with our general staff and work out how we're gonna move into Arkansas over spring.
Sure.
Yeah, because Warlord.
OPSEC, sir.
Yeah, well,
You're broadcasting, remember?
I am broadcasting, but no one watches anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, but yeah, Warlord. We're playing a Kriegspiel that deals with.
Hey, if you guys want to head up to the lobby, the game has come to an end.
Hey!
Oh.
Hey!
Victory!
To the lobby.
I'll leave you at this. Good luck, Dave. Good luck, Dave. I'll leave you here.
I've keeled over.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I order a cavalry charge and the game ends.
Okay. Good game, everyone. I think pull Moskov up here. I think he's the only one missing.
Glory to the Tsar.
I cannot. It's too far away. I can't pull Moskov.
Zamateczka Rosji.
So, long story short, this is a very, very pyrrhic human victory. The Walker took. It literally came down to the last shot of the SPGs on the heavy guns on the rail artillery. It knocked out the Walker just as it finished killing the vast majority of the human army by unleashing its black smoke generator. So, long story short, the only human survivor of the officer corps are Blucher and Iots. Everyone else is dead.
And me.
Yes.
No. Oh yeah.
I'm
sorry,
collocated
and
with
Scruber.
Blucher.
Scruber,
Yeah.
Iorts, and Blucher are the only ones who survived. Dimnall
I'm
was
with
on
Blucher.
the wrong. Yeah, I know. Dimnall, you're on the wrong side of the town hall.
No.
So I will share the screen. I'm gonna share the screen here.
I knew having a priest protect us would.
So as you can see on the
Preserve
screen, everything that is mostly within that white circle died. And Dimnall, this was you. This was Blucher. So it literally came down to you being on the wrong side of the town hall. Iots survives by a matter of feet. Same with Blucher. This was Moskov. This was Kermit, who are both killed in the Black Fog. And Scruba is back here and is the only one who's firmly safe.
So basically, it comes down to me just. So basically, what they saw is a black flag approaching them, and then suddenly this walker explodes.
More or less. The walker was already burning pretty good from the other artillery, but then it starts lurching around, spewing smoke everywhere. Then a last shell from the train cannons manages to hit it and knocks it down. Would have died. So it's extremely pyrrhic human victory. And in theory, the other pods are still there. They just haven't opened up yet.
Well, I hope we'll be getting some reinforcements from Moscow or something.
Yeah, it all comes down to how quickly the reinforcements get here, really. But
It's good that the railway bridge is still standing then.
It was a good match. I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
Sorry for the very kind of slow and unsteady start. It took a little bit just because there was a pre-arranged map for what the original set player number, and then we had to readjust it because the much lower player number, so it took a little while to kind of get everything back working again. But I think it worked out. I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
I did.
And I will, I guess we'll let everyone go through. We'll start with Moskov, since you're at the top.
I mean, I just want to say thanks for the game. Nice hosted, nice empowered, and had fun playing. That's it.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Oh, and also thank you, Hydroxide, for helping me run this thing. I guess actually, hold on. In the traditional James fashion, you go next, just because you're the co-GM. I gotta hear your thoughts on how it went.
I'll glad that I was I've been useful for the game. Actually, it's the first time I see the battle map in person, because I was not in the tabletop all the time.
Because
my map
issues.
Yeah, my map was have been drawn, and I will send in a couple of minutes into the voice channel chat. But actually, there's mostly there's nothing I can especially admit to the game, aside from quite a confusing scale for the action, because the armor train was quite fast for its complexion, and the infantry regiments were, on the other hand, maybe a bit too small for the actual sizes of the time. But I think it doesn't matter at the end for this actual situation. That's all.
And thank you for helping co-run the thing. It was a little last minute there with all the adjustments, so thank you for sticking through with that. Dave, what was your thought as the alien?
Yeah, so my original plan was to blow up the bridges and cause as much havoc as I possibly could. Now, yeah, my walkers...
Actually, one thing that I would like to ask is, what was like the alien side's actual objective?
To control the city. So I basically kind of reasoned that we could probably take control of the city if we, just blew up the bridges. Unfortunately, the armored train turned up quicker than I originally anticipated, because that turned up for me on turn 2. So I was like, okay, well, maybe if I can destroy the armored train, it might work out to my advantage. But no, I mean, also I wanted to keep moving. I mean, I realized that, if you were able to bring, your collective force against me, I would be in a lot of trouble. And it's weird because I started out the game thinking, I just want to keep moving and just blow up the bridges. But as soon as I saw that armored train and focused my fire and attention upon it, that's when you basically had, the time to come up on me and surround me, and then I was just like, well, maybe if I just take out the town hall, like in the administration buildings, that might be good too. And then by the end of it, I saw that I was surrounded, so I popped that black smoke, and I'm glad that I managed to catch some of you in the black smoke.
Most of us, really.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I thought it was a good game. Though I thought it was really fun, and I had a lot of fun this afternoon, and I know the people that joined me in the chat throughout the game had a lot of fun watching and hanging out too. So yeah.
You almost did knock out the armored train. Your one more hit would have taken it out.
Ugh.
It was just you got unlucky on one of your rolls.
Yeah. But no, it was a good game, and it was well presented and everything. I'm just sorry that not enough players and help didn't come up for you. But no, I really enjoyed myself.
But you came back, so you're kind of we were past your spot on the talk list. But let's go Dimnall first, just as the CIC for the humans, and then we'll go to the rest of the human. We'll go back up to Blue Chair.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very fun, a very unique game. This has been my first game as a CIC, and I think it was a good baptism of fire. It was very hectic. I mean, all the game, I was basically so paranoid about like all the other drop pod sites. I told my other commanders that were in the suburbs to basically stay there until like 12:30. But they luckily they disobeyed my orders and made my way here. And I think for the most part we're better off for it. Although I guess because of that they also got caught in the black smoke. So I guess it's pretty much it was quite a double-edged sword in the end. Um, but yeah, it's been very fun. It's been lovely playing with you all, and just I think my biggest takeaway from this game is just the constant feeling of no, there can be just free here. This is just like one part of like a big invasion force, and and like just any second I'm gonna get like a report saying, please send help. We're getting blown to smithereens. Everything is going like I was ready.
That's gonna be what would happen if we had the full player number. The other pods are gonna open asynchronously. So you're gonna end up with people like I was gonna wait until it's like, are they gonna start moving away?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was prepared to like just hold to like the eastern part of the city and just maintain the rail link to Moscow, just to wait for reinforcements because it was because I was that was I was prepared for just getting absolutely shredded and just trying to hold on to the bridges. But yeah, it's been really fun. I think there's been some really cool initiative on the part of of the division commanders, and I would also like to thank Hydroxide and Rangers for preparing and umpiring this cool, unique, interesting war game.
Thank you. So next up, we'll go back up to Blue Shirt because yeah, technically we did Moskov already. So if you got anything to say, Blue Shirt, feel free.
Yeah. So my what I have to say is a bit short because first of all, I was basically in the south. I was there to near the landing zone. I was deployed, and my main goal was at the beginning to secure the area. Immediately in the first or the second round, I started to build a trench, but then I realized, thanks to my umpire, I think he was really good. So props also to the umpires for organizing stuff. I slowly moved my way north because of the noise I've heard, because of the dispatch scouts I sent, and I think in overall it was always over. We played like 2 or 3 hours. It was always interesting. It was never there was never a time where I was like, oh, I just wanted to stop. Maybe I can go make myself a bread or something. No, it was really interesting. I do have to say, it was my first game in really a long time. I think 2 years ago I did one with one of my friends on his server, but I really have to say this a first experience. I really loved it. Sadly, the last 20 minutes I had to be away. I had to help my family with something, so I couldn't really get into the battles. But
yeah, you missed the track.
The most I know, the more exactly. But I'm right now on Dave Pumphouse. I right now found his YouTube channel. Maybe I can watch it there somehow later on.
Well, you did at least manage to survive the encounter by not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, the battle you missed. It was the massacre, the personal part of massacre. You're talking about.
Well, at least I hope my troops that the last order that I did were helpful, like fire drill and stuff to my to learn and where to move. I think like I thought it wasn't a bad decision at least to move north, even though the commander said we should hold the positions first. But yeah, I think it's a pretty nice game, and I have to thank you all for organizing it. And it was my first, so it was something for the first time in a long time, it's always special. So and the next time I hope, yeah, I get more time to play. All of you were great, and thank you to the next person.
Thank you. Next up, since Dimnal's already gone, it's going to be Iorts.
Yeah. So I started the game basically on the north. I was the one that took most of the beam shots at the very start. I tried to fall back to the fortress, which I achieved with only 70% casualties. And from there, the cavalry gloriously charged to help me, and the armored train helped me. So whatever I had left was basically supporting them for the rest of the game. I think the only reason I survived was because of the priest I had with me that blessed our guns and our gunpowder against those demons that fortunately have returned to hell where they belong. So yeah, may God bless the soldiers who fell on this day for the glory of Russia and the Tsar.
And thank you. And with that, Scrooba.
It was fun to be an armored train. I literally thought I was gonna die in turn 2 because I turned up and like, oh, there's a tripod there. That was fun. I'm very disappointed that the aliens did not give me a chance to ram them.
Ramming speed.
My standing orders were literally like, if they get on the railway, I'm just driving through them. So anyway, I killed 2 tripods, I think. It was fun, just like being told, oh, I'm about to die, and then suddenly, oh, I'm not dead. I believe I posted what my feelings were in the blue discussion chat.
Yeah, it was like you're about to die, and then it's like, but miraculously the alien turned around and is heading towards the town hall. Yeah. So then.
What was the other thing? I guess I'm gonna, since I'm the only, since I'm officially the only surviving officer, just ignore the other 2. I am declaring Warsaw a People's Republic.
And then in the distance, you hear the horns from the other pods opening. It's, oh god!
Yeah, the Martians are communist.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It turns out he is now he's actually been a traitor this whole time.
Bolshevik aliens. Tsarist nightmare.
But yeah, so thank you everyone for playing. Warlord, I know you're there, but you were also you were kind of Dave. You were just hanging out with Dave, I think.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, thank you everyone for playing. Hopefully, I may do another War of the Worlds style game.
You should.
At a later date. I kind of want to turn this into like a series of games.
Yeah, I wanted to play, but I woke up too late.
Well, and so notably, one thing to note here: the human to alien ratio was a little more in the human's favor than the full-scale game was intended to be. It would have been about 4 humans per alien player was the intended ratio initially, but to fit everything, it ended up being 5 to 1 in this one. So it was a little bit out of less favor for the aliens, but in the end, it didn't make too much of a difference.
It was all good fun. It was all good fun.
So yes. So next time, keep an eye out for this potentially coming next time. And for everyone else, have a good day and a good weekend.
Yep. Take it easy, guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great time, boys.
Thank you for the game.
Yeah, thank you.
GG's.
Bye bye.
And thank you all for playing.